Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into Dell Technologies' latest proxy statement, and it's definitely not as exciting as their newest AI server, unless you love corporate governance more than cutting-edge tech. Stick around and we'll uncover what this document really tells us about Dell's direction. First off, Dell is holding its annual meeting on June 26, 2025, where stockholders will vote on electing directors, ratifying their accounting firm, and giving an advisory vote on executive pay. Let's jump into a quick summary of Dell's financial performance in 2025. They brought in $95.6 billion in net revenue with an operating income of $6.2 billion. Earnings per share came in at $6.38. Sounds like a decent year for them. One of the big items is the election of directors. There are different classes and groups of directors, but essentially it's about choosing who will sit on Dell's board. The board recommends voting for all their nominees. Now, holders of Class C common stock get to vote separately for one director. The board is recommending Lynn Vojvodic-Radakovich. They want her in that spot because of her experience in corporate governance and international business. Dell says its board members should have notable achievements in business, education, or public service. They value leadership, financial understanding, tech industry experience, and global insights. Basically, they want smart, experienced people guiding the ship. Of course, Michael Dell is up for re-election. He's the chairman and CEO, so the board thinks his leadership experience is pretty valuable. David Dorman is also on the list. He's got expertise in management, finance, and strategic planning. Egon Durbin also makes the list. He's got a lot of experience in technology and finance and knows a lot about global strategic leadership. Next up, stockholders are asked to ratify PricewaterhouseCoopers or PwC as their independent accounting firm. Basically, they want stockholders to say, yeah, we're okay with these guys checking the books. In 2025, Dell paid PwC $28.5 million for audit fees, plus another few million for audit-related tax and other services, totaling $32.1 It's important to keep an eye on those non-audit fees to make sure there's no conflict of interest. The third proposal is the say-on-pay vote. This is where stockholders get to give a non-binding opinion on how much the top executives are getting paid. The board recommends voting for it. So how much did the top executives make? Michael Dell's total compensation was about $3.1 million. Other top execs like Yvonne McGill, Jeffrey Clark, Richard Rothberg, and William Scannell all made significantly more, mostly from stock awards topping out at $25.1 million for Jeffrey Clark. We'll see if the stockholders agree with those pay packages. Dell says their pay programs are designed to attract and retain high-quality talent and to align executive pay with financial goals and strategic objectives. Pay packages include base salary, annual bonuses, and equity incentives like stock. Michael Dell doesn't receive equity incentives because the board thinks his massive ownership already aligns him with stockholders. Dell has a policy that stops executives from betting against the company. They can't use strategies like short sales to profit if Dell stock goes down. They also can't use Dell stock as collateral for loans. Dell has a formal policy to check any deals with related persons, meaning executives, directors, or anyone owning more than 5% of the company. For security reasons, Dell uses Michael Dell's private plane for business travel. It reimbursed him about $2.5 million, reimbursed him about $2.5 million for security protection. This is normal behavior for CEOs of this scale to have security reimbursements. Entities linked to Silver Lake Partners, a principal stockholder, did about $5.5 million in sales with Dell and $3 ATC wants to see. And Evaluate, Archevolet, Idarandolet, ATU million to see. These kinds of business relationships between companies and their major stockholders are something the SEC wants to see and evaluate. Speaking of stockholders, Michael Dell owns a significant chunk of the company. He directly holds a little over 41% of the company. Silver Lake Partners comes in next with approximately 9.1%. The company welcomes any recommendations of directors. Here's the contact information and how to send them notice. For those interested in the financial nitty-gritty, Annex B provides a reconciliation of 10 non-GAAP spun financial measures. It's for the real number nerds out there. In other words, if you want to view what was just explained in the document itself, here is the table of content. Alright, that's the breakdown of Dell's latest proxy statement. Seems like pretty standard corporate governance stuff with a few related party transactions that are all above board. Overall, Dell seems to be operating as expected, nothing too crazy. But here's my take. Dell's future looks pretty solid, although it does hinge quite a bit on Michael Dell's leadership. His personal vision is very linked to the company's success. What do you think about Dell's governance, their pay packages, and overall strategy? Let me know in the comments below. If this analysis was helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings. Also, check out the Discord channel in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.